Hello everyone and welcome to Red String of Fate, or should I say welcome back to Red String of Fate, because it's been a while since I've been on hiatus. You know, I haven't played the game in a while. Actually that's a lie, because I recorded this part already a while ago, but the sound quality wasn't great. Where I was, I only had like my old microphone and the sound quality came out terrible, so I'm re-recording this. So I'll try and stop around the same point. I don't remember exactly where I left off, but I'll try to keep it around the same point. But basically I've already seen this part of the story before, but we're here with Aaron at this party. In the last part before this, he was rejected by the girl he likes, I think, and I think now he's drinking and maybe taking it kind of badly. Nobody so much as glances at us. The music and the crowds are loud enough to drown us out, and everyone's too immersed in their own intoxicated shenanigans anyway. For now, at least. Aaron uncaps and takes a swig from the Jack Daniels, and I'm only barely able to restrain him a moment later. His wrists struggle against my palms, and I grip my teeth, tightening my grip. His inebriation has made him much weaker than he would be, which I guess is one good thing. And an irrelevant thing. Why would I need to grab him if he weren't getting drunk out of his mind? I don't really feel like doing the voices anymore, to be honest. I don't know, I don't want to right now. So if you're just listening to this like a podcast, just in the background, I'll just like say the name of the person who's talking. So this is Aaron talking. But Val, the world is so much happier. Ne? Or ne? I don't know. His words are so slurred that I have a hard time understanding him. I frown. This is Valerie. Drinking doesn't make you happier, Aaron. Just more confused and miserable the next morning when you're throwing up into the toilet. Speaking of which, this is like I feel like this is going to get kind of annoying. Maybe I'll just do the voices, I don't know. Just checking on my recording. Speaking of which, I don't know if I'm more surprised or relieved that Aaron hasn't started throwing up yet. Hopefully he doesn't at all today. You don't know that, Val. Aaron, you can't even speak right now, and I doubt you'll even remember anything that happened here when you wake up tomorrow. You really need to calm down and slow down with the drinking. I'm perfectly calm, Val. Come on, pick one and take a sip yourself, okay? Just a sip. A tiny, tiny sip. Yes, a sip. Did I say tiny? This time, Aaron pushes his hands towards me rather than away from me, and I take 2-3 steps back to steady myself. Aaron, no. But Val, your life will turn upside down and pretty, and you'll feel all loved and fuzzy and warm, and you'll never want to be sober again. Ever again. Like, never, ever, ever, ever. I've been drunk before, Aaron. I know I'm refusing, and I have no doubts on the matter. Oh, are you sure? Positive. I said this in the last time I tried to record this part, that if anyone could hear me I would sound crazy, because I'm just having a conversation with myself and putting on a ridiculous voice. Like, are you super duper positive with a cherry on top? Make that 5 cherries. No, 100. That's not even a saying. Trying to stifle an exasperated smile, I roll my eyes at him. Yes, Aaron, super duper positive with 100 cherries on top. Your face is redder than mine has ever been, and I get freaking Asian glow. Asian glow? You glow? You're an alien? No, I just mean I get red really fast when I... Hey everyone! I hope you could hear that. I sort of like covered my mouth like you would when you're shouting, you know. No, please don't shout. Everyone, we've got an alien over here. Val's an alien from like Asia, but an alien Asia. Bearing a muted... Barring. I don't know why I struggled with that so much. I was like, is it bearing? Is it barring? Like, I was reading it as barring, but also, I don't know. Barring a muted chatter from deeper inside the house and the ever-pounding music, would you believe I read books for, like, most of my life? I was, like, an avid reader. You probably wouldn't believe that if you watched my videos. The room almost goes dead quiet for once. I actually just bought a book today for the first time in quite a while, I think. Well, not that long, but I don't know. I was excited to get it. Even though I wasn't planning to get it, I had to like dip into my savings because I'm saving up right now for Detroit Become Human, which comes out in like 3 days, and I'm so excited to hopefully let's play it. And I'm also saving up, this is completely irrelevant, but I'm saving up for a MAC lipstick, and I had to dip into my MAC lipstick money in order to buy this book, and I wasn't planning to, so now I got to save up a little bit more. The room almost goes dead quiet for once. Almost, for the briefest of seconds. If you're wondering what book I bought, it was Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. I really liked her other book. I feel like this is kind of an okay place to talk about books because this is a story, you know, like there is no gameplay, so it's not like you're here for the gameplay, you're here for the story, which means if you're watching this, you probably like stories at least a little, so talking about books isn't really that off topic, even though it totally is. Then a cheer and a series of random shouts erupt, so loud and I can never say this word, cacophonous, my eardrums nearly burst. Oh my god, a real life alien, yes. Wait, how do we know it's not a hoax though? Does she have proof? Yeah, show me your antenna. Why do you look human? Take off your mask. Christ, did someone serve weed brownies before we got here? Or are they just trolling me? I refuse to believe drunks can be this obnoxious or gullible. My neighbours might have moved out recently, and we may have new neighbours. Like, they may have just moved in today, I'm not sure. And if this is the first thing they hear from me just talking to myself, doing all these crazy voices, they're gonna think their neighbour is insane. And I am. I look around in frustration and notice that most people are chuckling quietly in subdued amusement, even many of those who cheered, clearly not drunk enough to believe Aaron's delirious shouts, but not nice enough to help as a handful of people crowd around me. Screw them. Screw them all. What? No, I'm not an alien. I'm not even the synonym is synonym is immigrant type of alien. That would have been so much better if I could have executed that properly. I'm not even the synonym is immigrant type of alien. I was born here, okay? That's what all aliens say. What? Now, guys. I know Valerie's pretty dang cool, but don't harass her. You caused this. Thanks, I think. I'd probably be more grateful if you hadn't started this ordeal for me. Wait, look how she's like imprisoning the poor guy with her hands and stuff. Oh god, that was terrible. That was, She's an evil alien. I shake my head, too exhausted to retort. Okay, Aaron, we're out of here. Oh no, Missy Alien, you can't just leave. He grasps at me. I duck and stride away backwards, dragging Aaron with me. No, I won't let you leave either, Val. Leaving is bad. You gotta make friends, like me. Let's be friends, Val, together. And with these humans here. You like humans, right? Aaron, no. Leave with me. Now. You're ridiculously drunk and... I'm not drunk, Val. Not drunk. Am I drunk, you guys? You human guys who actually know what drunk even means? You're drunk, hun. But not that drunk. You're like, perfectly drunk. See? Listen to her. She knows what's up. Aaron, no. I'm just going to pull you out of here if you refuse to leave with me. I don't know if you've got an ounce of restraint in you, and I don't even want to think about what you'd get yourself into if I let you stay here alone. Aaron pouts and hops down, his back flat against the floor. Back flat against the floor. I think I said that right. His wrists are still in my grip, but only barely. His veins almost look like they're popping from the way Aaron continues to clutch so tightly on the alcohol bottles as if they're his saviour. Even people who can read pretty well, I feel, struggle at least a little sometimes when you're reading publicly, you know, like, it's just like an anxiety thing, I guess. Can't take me if I lie down, eh? Eh? For a brief moment, I consider letting Aaron stay. If he wants to make mistakes that will haunt him for the rest of his college experience, if not his life, I should let him. If he wants to dive off a table thinking he's Superman, I should let him. If he wants to drink too much and die of toxicity, I should let him. Taking a deep breath, I shake my head and reevaluate my priorities. Calm down, Val. Even if he's an obnoxious little butt when he has even an ounce of alcohol in him. Okay, even if he may or may not be somewhat annoying constantly, you need him for the school project. Yeah, that's as good of a motivation as any to keep him alive. Think about your precious GPA, Val. For a second, I wonder if I'm drunk too, realising just how morbid my own thoughts are, but then decide I don't even care. It's been a long day. I'm getting out of here and Aaron's coming with me. As the commotion continues around us, as the people cheer and continue spouting whatever crap they can think of about aliens from Mars, I silently, steadily pull Aaron towards the door. Irene and her group of friends, love that bitch, take this moment to distract the crowd with a deafening series of pops and hollers to celebrate her birthday, and the drunkards switch their attention to them instead, making my escape much, much easier. Can we get like a spin-off game about her? The same concept but with like girls for her to date. I think that would be cool. I see her wink from the corner of her eye, but when she sees Aaron lying on the ground, her eyes widen into saucers, as do the eyes of anyone who's sober enough to see us as anything other than alien and captive. Aw, but they love you. Trust me, this isn't love. I've seen love, true love, with my own 2 eyes thanks to the red strings. I speak between pants. Aaron is heavier than I am, and carrying him to the exit makes me feel like death. Even so, this is probably going to be quicker than letting him walk with me considering how drunk he is. Whoops. He can't even stand straight, and I swear he'd collapse face first onto the ground if he tried to walk any faster than a snail can. Red string. I gasp, belatedly realising what I've said. It's a good thing Aaron is too drunk to pry, so I feel like he's going to remember this, and in the morning he's going to be like, she'll probably be like, oh, thank God he was drunk, he probably won't remember. And he'll be like, so what did you mean by that last night? You know, he will remember it. Although I said nothing major, the words slipped out without my thinking about them first, and that's not good. I need to be careful. If anyone realises I actually believe soulmates exist, they'll think me immature. If I try to explain just how I know the truth, they'll drive me to the nearest mental institution. I was going to say that. I was going to say, like, sis, if if they knew that you would have bigger problems than people thinking you were immature, you would be, like, tested on and have experiments done on you and everything. Man, it would be cool if those red string thingies existed. From the legends, right? Gotta be honest, this game is actually the first I've heard about it. I wasn't aware of this concept until I started playing this game. I want to hope they do. I freeze for a heartbeat at his words, and when I resume pulling him outside, a heavy, leaden sort of pity slows me down. Red strings of fate do exist, but I don't think that's something I want Aaron to ever find out. While Aaron may fall in love with women in the future, none of them will be perfect for him, and he'll be perfect for no one. He, and others with broken strings, will be lacking where it matters most. Although they may not know it, they'll subconsciously be pulled towards their real lover, the people they will actually completely belong with. The only thing they'll have going for them is their ignorance. They won't consciously know just how much they're missing out on, although a part of me wonders if that only makes things worse. At its core, fate, and the concept of fated lovers, is inherently a blessing. I want to believe that, and I do. But at the same time, I can't help but wonder, can't help but fret. For all his pleading and hopes, true love will forever be lost to Aaron, to others like him. Could the broken strings, the lack of true love, really be all that await their fates? I will save, and I'm gonna say he deserves better. Everyone does. I love the fact that soulmates exist, and every night I dream of the day I will meet mine. He's bound to be incredible, and we'll be with each other through thick and thin, basking in the perfection of our relationship. I just know it. But the details. Are the details really fair? Among those who have soulmates, some of us meet our true beloveds when we're only children. Others meet them with mere years, months, even days before death inevitably snips the string. And then there are people like Aaron, like whomever was on the other side of his string. The people who never get to meet their soulmates, who will always feel hollow in their hearts if they decide to pursue relationships. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense that something so all-knowing and all-foreseeing as fate itself could have failed to account for those with broken strings. But there's nothing I can do about it. So I shake my head and continue tugging Aaron outside. That would sound weird taken out of context. He needs to go home, drink a gallon of water to prevent the migraines, and get as much sleep as he can. Both of us do. I stretch, and a small joyful sound escapes my mouth. Yes, we're finally done. I roll my neck back, and the popping sounds make me both grossed out and weirdly pleased. Then, for a good moment, silence fills the air. Thanks, team. Only the PowerPoint left. His voice is uncharacteristically weak, and I lick my lips in an awkward discomfort, only to chastise myself for the feeling. If anyone should be nervous, it should be Aaron. I have no reason to fret. But today's the first time I've seen him after leaving him with some Uber driver after forcing him out of the party. Although he did send me a series of apologetic, still half-drunk texts the next morning, and we texted each other curt, to-the-point messages about our meeting place earlier today, we haven't really talked about what happened. His uncharacteristic lack of bubbliness isn't helping. We've certainly been a lot faster than I anticipated. His voice sounds somewhat stilted. Oh, you know what would have been great? I should have swapped their voices around at the start of the Let's Play, because it would have, clashed with their personalities. I could have given Luke, who is kind of, I don't know if I'd say he's brooding, but he would sort of fill the, the darker role, you know? I should have given him the high-pitched voice. He sides a glance at me as he brushes the hair out of his eyes. And it's obvious we're both thinking the same thing about a certain boy who'd normally be chattering away in excitement and glee right about now. I hope he's not still upset about Irene. I think that's her name. Because I feel like that would be kind of a shitty trope. It's all thanks to you guys. Really, all the brilliant ideas, finding resources from God knows where. Again, silence. Luke chimes in after another beat of unbearable hesitation, and I silently thank him 100 times over. It's late at night. And you're a very speedy writer. It's thanks to you too. From the hesitation in his voice, it doesn't sound like he's used to doling out compliments, but at least he's trying. Yeah? Thanks. Luke looks down at his phone, and when my own phone vibrates a moment later, I realise he's sent me a text. Yeah, that's not the most obvious thing in the world. The party obviously didn't go very well. What happened? I briefly consider texting him the details, but the details aren't particularly interesting, so I don't bother. Aaron was obnoxious, yes, but aren't all drunks? It's not like he killed a man. Besides, Aaron doesn't even remember most of what happened from what he's texted me, and it feels almost petty to tattle to Luke. Nothing major. He had more alcohol than he anticipated, but that was all. Alright, just wanted to check since both of you look incredibly uncomfortable right now. Both of us? No, just Aaron. No, it's both of you, although Aaron is in significantly worse shape. Uh-huh, if you say so. With that, Luke rises from his seat and lifts his backpack onto his shoulders. Well, I have to go meet someone now. We can decide on our next meeting place through texts. Yeah, see ya. Bye, Luke. Talk to you guys later. He strides outside, and Aaron and I are left to talk to each other alone. I'd be fine with it if it weren't for the way he's fidgeting non-stop in his seat and failing to look me properly in the eyes. Probably from embarrassment about last night. Now that Luke, who was sitting between us, is gone, there's a huge gap between Aaron and me that I find myself closing by wheeling my chair towards him. After a few more seconds of the unbearable silence, I decide to say something. We're acting like toddlers. I'm sorry. We speak up simultaneously, and after a slight hesitation, I chuckle lightly. You have nothing to be sorry about, Aaron. I do, though. I thought you blacked out. You said you didn't remember anything. No, I don't, but Irene does. You asked her? A part of me is impressed, even though I shouldn't be. He was sober when he was rejected, and from the expression on his face back then, I'd have thought he'd never have the balls to speak to her again unless absolutely necessary. I don't say that, though. Of course not. Val, of course I asked her. It wasn't hard to realise I must have done something wrong when I woke up with half the day's worth of memories gone and immediately began retching into the closest trash can. God, I'm not going through that again. That makes two of us. It should be obvious that I'm merely teasing him from the way my lips curve up into a slight smile when I roll my eyes, but Aaron just nods so solemnly that I can't help but groan. I didn't remember anyone else from the party, so of course I asked Irene. I thought about asking you, but, well, I'm glad I didn't. Seriously, you didn't do anything. If I was pissed off, it wasn't necessarily because of you. I guess, but I did promise you I would drink in moderation, multiple times. Making a fool of myself talking about aliens or whatever, and dropping onto the floor so you couldn't make me leave, that's a new low. He chuckles to himself, but there's no levity in his voice. Irene had videos. Wait, what? She took videos. 1 second. Matt, quiet! No, not her. But some of the others posted clips onto their Snapchat stories of when you were taking me outside. Oh, wow. Yikes. Aaron shrugs, biting his lip. I think most people were happy when I finally left, so thanks for that. And for, preventing me from doing anything stupid. It's fine. What are friends for, right? Excuse me, I'm hiccuping. He nods, but he still looks so downcast that I find myself nudging him, trying to cheer him up. Hey, do you think you can get me a copy of the videos? Aaron cracks a tiny smile, which I take as a small victory. Absolutely not. Oh, come on. Not even as a sign of your gratitude. You have no idea how much I suffered for you. His smile fades, and I mentally berate myself for saying the wrong thing. Really, Val, I'm sorry. I didn't know I'd be that much of a pain in the arse. I didn't even know it was possible to get drunk that fast. Not on normal drinks, I don't think. But you have to remember, you had shots from their tubs. You can't trust just whatever concoctions people serve at parties. Could be straight Everclear for all we know. I guess. I wasted your time, though. I'm sorry. I'm sure you'd much rather have spent it working on the project with Luke. Our time. And I wouldn't say it was wasted. Just spent on a new experience together. Not all experiences can be great, you know. The important thing is that we had those experiences at all. I guess. He's still unable to meet my eyes, his lower lip between his teeth. I give him another slight nudge with a teasing smile. Besides, you could have been worse. So much worse. I don't see how. For one, you didn't throw off all your clothes and start dancing on a table. That's oddly specific. Was that what your first experience was like? What? Oh, God, no. But I hear it's relatively common. Right, oh my God, the wink. There's a newly kindled spark in his eyes as he speaks. He clearly doesn't believe me, even though I'm telling the truth. I roll my eyes, refusing to fuel the fire. Whatever. Anyway, you didn't get into a fight with anyone either, so that's another plus. Look at you, all injuryless. Injuryless. Stellar diction. Aaron manages a weak laugh. Okay, Val. Okay. Aaron forms a half-hearted grin at me. Well, lesson learned. I'll be much more careful next time. Next time? There's a next time. Don't worry, Val. Now that I know how terrible I am, I won't be dragging you with me. And I'll make sure to actually exercise some self-control so I don't make too much of a fool of myself. That's good, I suppose? Don't die, okay? Especially if I won't be there to rescue you. I'll try my best, but no guarantees. Ugh. I feign a huff, but quickly glance at Aaron to ensure he's alright. Thankfully, our banter seems to have cheered him up some, and he's no longer as stooped as the hunchback of Notre Dame, I don't know, I've only seen it written. Notre Dame, I think. He's still not in great shape, but he's better. I glance sideways at Aaron's screen and find that he's already closed out of the document for our team project. Colour-coded text fills my vision, and when I try to read it, I find that none of it makes sense. It's code. Having fun with that? I wish. I'm not quite masochistic enough for that. What are you working on? Just intro stuff. It's probably going to bore you since it bores me to tears, and I'm in the major. Do you not like the class, or just the project? Aaron shrugs, puffing air into his cheeks briefly like a chipmunk. Maybe a bit of both? It'll probably get better as I get into higher level classes, but meh. Fundamentals are nice and all, but we can't really do anything with it, so what's the point? I can't tell if you're ambitious or unmotivated. Definitely both. I think the two words are mutually exclusive, Aaron. Still, definitely both. I roll my eyes and cross my arms, suppressing a smile. If you say so. I'm not sure how long there is until the end of this scene, but I might leave it here. I know this seems like it's right in the middle of something, but this is going on for longer than I thought it would. So I think I might just end this part here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.